We have kind of a short agenda tonight, so we should get through this pretty quickly. Just a couple of notes. I think most of you know these meetings are televised live, so we'd ask you to approach the podium, let us know who you are and the business you represent, and you could lay your plans out on the table next to the podium. And if you haven't already done so, we'd please ask you to turn off your electronic devices. And if you'd all stand, please. Cindy Ritz is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on our agenda tonight is the application DRB 2015-15, the application of Ida Enterprises / the Devon Design Center at 110 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne, zoned under the Wayne Business Overlay District for a ground sign modification. Hello there.
Hi, thank you. I'm Stacy Ballard with Ida Enterprises, and what we're trying to accomplish is refurbish and provide a little bit of a signage opportunity for some of the offices that are located in the offices at the Old Wayne Library. Probably about 15 years ago, we had a sign installed on a stone base that matched the exterior of the building, and that sign was a carved sign with gold leaf in it, with a kind of a blackish green background, and you can see that part of the sign was the original sign. And I did include in your packet a picture of, I think I included a packet of the picture of the sign. So the plan on that sign is to remove the sign from the base and have it refurbished and cut it down in size, and then provide a section underneath where 4 office tenants could have their name, just as some recognition. We have a pediatric office in there, so sometimes it's easier for parents to find that. And we have Radnor Studio 21 is in there, as well as a company called Bozikin, and they do occasionally have clients or people coming and trying to find them. So it just makes it a little bit easier. At the Devon Design Center in Devon, we had done a similar thing to provide an area where folks could put their signage, and that is the one on the right that says Devon Design Center. So we have revised what we had originally submitted to comply, and I apologize because I didn't realize that we were going over. So basically what we've done is, by expanding the sign with the boxes at the bottom for the tenants, the total height of the sign will be 48. At the tallest part, the sign from grade would be 6 feet. And then the width on the sign, where the main part of the sign is 55 inches, and it's got about a foot on each side. So the total square footage of the existing sign is a hair over 24 square feet, and the proposed sign will add another 5.5 feet, so it'll be 29.5 square feet. And then the blocks where the tenants' names would be will be a raised panel that can easily be removed and replaced if we have a new tenant that switches out.
Makes perfect sense.
I'll make it easy. I'll reject the Devon Design Center. It's in another township.
It is. I brought that just so you could see what the sign looked like.
So I'll reject it.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to approve that one.
Radnor Township.
Stacy, can I mention something?
Sure.
The panels,
Yes.
can you attach them so the fasteners are not hidden?
I'm sorry?
Can you attach those so the fasteners are not hidden?
Yes.
So they just don't drill?
Yes. So the way that-
It should be, I'm sorry, I said it wrong.
So the way that
Should be
sign is
hidden.
constructed is, and what is done at the Devon Design Center, is there's actually a channel that's cut inside the sign on
Okay.
the sides. And so the sign slides over slats that hold out. So there's no fasteners seen on the
Right.
outside of the sign.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see any problem.
I think
It's
it's
the same
great.
size.
It makes perfect sense. I've always
Yeah.
wondered what's in there or not been able,
And now
you
you'll
don't read
know.
that well, and
There you go.
that's good. So
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in favor.
Would you ever consider lighting that sign at night or not?
We haven't.
Okay.
It seems like there is a lot of ambient light just from the streets there. And
Okay.
But the
And
tenants
most
are
of those
day
things-
tenants, they're not night tenants.
They're not night tenants,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay. All right, just curious.
I think it's great.
All right.
Yep, I agree. Well,
Brian?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Okay, everybody.
Okay.
Looks good?
that's
Looks
pretty
good?
straightforward.
Okay,
Great, thank
all
you.
right. Want to take
You
this
need
one,
the
Tony?
motion.
Sure.
Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2015-15, Eda Enterprises, to change the sign for the office building at the Old Wayne Library to a new sign with 4 tenant panels. I recommend it be approved as submitted.
Okay, do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stacy. Okay. Next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2015-22, the application of T-Mobile Northeast at 60 West Avenue in Wayne for new antenna. Hello there.
Good evening. My name is John Davey. I'm with FDH Velocitel, and I'm here on behalf of T-Mobile. I was here a month or two ago
Right.
with antennas. This application is somewhat different in that the antennas that T-Mobile has and will install do not go above the roof line. These are attached to the side of the building. I have a set of construction drawings in the package. The best drawing, I think, to see what they're doing is C3. It's a schematic showing the side of the building with the tower, if you will. And I also have some photo simulations that I'll lay out that, as best we can, show the antennas now and what they will look like. And I say as best we can because, fortunately, this is a brick siding that's very easy to match with paint. So the antennas really are not very visible unless the light is really clearly on them. But I will lay these right out here.
John, are these on the east and north parts of that tower, or what would you
Actually,
say?
all 4 sides.
Oh, all 4 sides, okay.
Right now, there are 2 antennas on one side, 2 antennas on another, and 1 each on the other 2. So they have 6 antennas, and they propose to add 1 antenna to each side.
Okay, there's nothing being removed, you're actually adding,
Yes,
just adding. okay.
correct.
When you were here before, was it for this building?
No, it's for the condo
pavilion?
building on Lancaster Avenue.
The what? The-
The condominium building.
Oh, right,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Check.
I mean, to me, the whole
Radnor
thing is
House.
such
Radnor
a strange, incongruous structure for the little town of Wayne, Pennsylvania, that I guess anything you do doesn't make any difference.
Yes.
It's a very unique structure, yes.
You agree, Cindy?
Yeah, it only exists for one purpose anymore, isn't that right? I mean, is there much going on in there?
No, actually, inside it is a structure that you can just climb up. It's hollow, essentially. The building itself is, I think, AT&T's
Does it have an
central
elevator,
office.
I hope,
Yeah.
for the poor guy that has to go up the...
No, it does not have an elevator. I can say that for certain because I tried to climb it, and I gave up about halfway.
Well, it's like the Empire State, well, not
It
exactly.
just kept going and going, so someone else climbed it up. I couldn't get up there. And T-Mobile is on the side of the building, second from the highest. And as I said, these will be painted to match. There is equipment on the roof of the building. If you see on C3, there is equipment there. You can't see from the photos because it's set back, it's in the center, so I don't have any simulations on that. It's just not visible.
I guess you're pasting antennas on the outside because there's no more room on the roof?
Well, T-Mobile already has the antennas there, so they would tend to put the antennas at the same height.
I see.
Why they did it originally, I don't know. That may have been just what was available, sure.
Okay, and when would you propose to do this?
Pending
Approval?
approval here and a billing permit, we still have to go through AT&T to get their approval, so I think the earliest would be August, probably more like September.
Okay. You know, I think Ray usually, and he probably advised you when you were here last time, because I remember we say this every time someone comes, is that the permit, the approval expires, right?
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. Isn't that correct, Peggy? He said he's got these these approvals that are hanging out there for a couple of years and then they go to implement them, and somebody else has already applied for something. So isn't Ray saying, you have a deadline? This is the window of opportunity to mount those. Is that right?
I think we just want to make sure that they get started and get put in place. We have a lot that are sitting out there.
Yeah, there are a lot sitting out there.
And it
so-
doesn't get done, and then someone else comes in to install it, and it gets very confusing as to actually who and what is going on the tower.
So I don't know what he said in way of timeline, but I would want to find that out, I think, if I were you.
Sure, I appreciate that. This project actually is an upgrade where they will be doing it, and they will do it as soon as they have the approvals from
Great.
everyone.
I wish it had a pyramid top, then we could call it the Anthony Wayne Tower, like the Washington Monument.
Yes.
But
I don't
we
think
can't
he's,
do that.
is he deserving?
What?
I don't know that Anthony Wayne was
He was
actually.
mad, wasn't he?
Yes.
And just a quick question also. So you're putting up new antenna. Does that mean the old antenna on the building are no longer going to be used?
They will be used.
They
These
will
are
be
in
used.
These are
Okay.
additional,
Yes.
yeah.
Additional, okay. Just don't want it to be a graveyard up there if
No.
a bunch of antennas aren't being used, so. Okay. Brian, what do you think? Questions, comments?
Yeah, I don't see that it makes a difference
Yeah.
one way or another.
Yeah.
And you'll paint them as close to the existing as
Yes.
possible? Okay.
Okay.
All
I have
right.
no problem.
I don't have a problem with it.
Anybody who wants to take this one?
I'll take it.
You got it, Brian?
Matter of DRB 2015-22, T-Mobile Northeast at 60 West Avenue. I move that we approve as submitted.
Okay. Second, anybody?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Sure, we'll be seeing you soon, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thanks, John. Okay, that takes care of the two items on our agenda, but we have one item under old business. It was the application of Insomnia Cookies.
Right.
And I believe they're in either last month or 2 months ago.
Actually saved it.
Okay, good. And they're back with some good news, so come on up, guys. Yeah. This,
I have a question right away. Are these cookies that put you to sleep or wake you up?
Neither. They're, if you're awake
If you're
and you're
awake.
hungry, you would come to us.
Okay.
We've actually been here about 2 years ago when our landlord, Lou Michon, applied for the original modifications to the building, and he's been through here several times,
Right.
improvement of the building.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm Dave Lasses. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Insomnia Cookies.
Nice to have you
So
here.
I was here for that, and then we never had any signage on the sign that is out front, and this is our training facility. People come all across the country, and we've grown our employment base in this township from 1 to 75 people
Wow.
in 3 years.
Where
Terrific.
are you headquartered here?
Yes, dual headquarters in New York and here. We have offices in 1084, which is the building we're talking about. Take up about half his building. And then we're also in 945 East Haverford.
How many
And-
cookie stores do you have now?
68
Wow.
in 23 states, and we employ about 1,300 people.
Are you in New York City?
We have 10 locations in Manhattan, yes. And we also
I have children in Manhattan, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Sure,
So,
buying cookies.
Yeah.
as you probably know, we were here, I think it was
Yeah.
2 months ago. And you did in fact approve the sign, however, you didn't approve it for the exact square footage.
Exactly.
And there's this, one item we would want to address, which is the quantity of illumination. And then we went to a meeting last month for variance associated with the actual sign in order to change the number of square footage. That was in fact approved.
Right.
So we're back here today to take the approval that you already provided and seek that you approve it at its larger size. And I'd also like to address the illumination. I was not present at the meeting 2 months ago, so I apologize, and David was here.
Yeah.
You guys approved illuminating some portion of it. I'm not 100% clear on that. However, you had said that the logo and the name needed to be illuminated. However, if you look at this document up here to the right, this is actually the trademark for the logo. The entire logo is trademark. That is our logo. There's no logo within some purple circle. The entire thing is in fact our logo.
I mean, this is just a business office. It's not a cookie store.
No, we have a store here, yes, so.
You have a retail store as well.
Yeah, we have a retail store. This is our training facility. It's a retail store, and we also ship nationally all over the country out
You
of this
make all your
location.
cookies here in Wayne and ship them around the country, or do you make them locally?
So if you cannot be serviced by a store, we ship from here. So if you wanted to send a gift to your uncle or aunt or whomever, we would ship it out of this location. So,
So,
Okay, so,
let me just,
yeah, go ahead.
this is okay, it's just, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, let me just backtrack just a hair. All right, so these guys went to the zoning hearing board.
Yep.
They were granted relief for the size.
Right,
Okay, so you're going to manufacture it the size you presented at the last meeting, correct?
That's correct.
It exceeds the 25% rule on a pole sign, but the zoning hearing board granted them relief, so they're going to be able to make it this size.
Is that what section 280 dash?
Yeah, yeah, that's, it's, I'll read it here.
What
So
page is it?
Here we go. It's under pole sign. Pole signs shall not exceed a sign area of 25 square feet. And that's what it, when you came in, Dave, it exceeded 25 square feet, or a sign height of 15 feet above mean grade.
yeah.
So that was one of the issues. It was larger. Adding in the two other tenants on the pole sign, you exceeded the 25 square feet, so zoning hearing board granted you relief, so. Okay, the illumination, that's also under code. So I think, I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but this part should be blacked out, all right?
if you notice, there's actually, it's supposed to, what it is it's the sky with stars. So we'd want those stars to at least be visible. The idea is that you're
Well, yeah.
backlighting the entire thing. Black would,
No,
it would be
yeah.
black, yes. You're not going
Yes.
to illuminate black, no.
No.
No,
Right.
sorry to clarify.
No, I think the stars are fine,
It
the
shows,
moon's
it will
fine.
show just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
And the moon can be cookie colored, right? Doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be
yeah.
white. It's just that the background or the sky has to not be seen, so
The,
it's,
the black part needs to be black.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's,
That's fine.
yeah. Can't be blue or purple or some
Last
night.
we talked, you said the purple area had to be blacked out.
Yeah.
Yep.
As well.
Yeah, and can the white
You
circles?
said it,
Yeah.
the
I'm sorry.
black part could be illuminated because it was the logo.
No, I'm saying that everything that looks white, what are you saying? I'm saying everything that looks white here can be seen. It should look relatively like this. I know there are two colors here, there's black and there's purple, right?
Correct.
Yes.
But it's just gonna go to black.
But day and night, it'll look the same.
Well, in the day,
well,
you'll be able to see the purple.
The idea is that,
That this is your logo, but,
this is our logo, which is trademarked 2008. I gave you the document just so you have it.
Right, right.
There will be lighting in, I don't know what this proper
be
term
lit
would
from
be.
within.
Within the framing of it.
Internal
yeah.
illumination.
Right, and in black, it's not going to show through, and in purple, it's slightly illuminated. Obviously, it would be more apparent where it's white, which is our logo and two circles. But the entire thing would be
Which one's the
illuminated.
purple? The outer ring?
Purple is the outer,
Yeah.
there's multiple rings,
We would like
but,
that outer ring to light purple,
Well, during the day, it'll be purple.
or we want it to light at night.
correct,
purple.
at night, yes.
Versus
Not that we've
insomnia
let other
cookies
people
at
do that.
nighttime.
We haven't let
Yeah.
other building, other.
Did you bring this up to zoning? You probably did.
I was present.
Yeah.
I told them that the entire sign, our design, I actually mentioned this to my knowledge, that we had this conversation because I
Right.
brought the approval you had sent us.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't enter as an exhibit. It was
Right.
entered later because
Okay.
it was mailed to us after the date at which we filed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, it says relief is granted only under the zoning hearing code to the size exception.
Okay.
So I'm gonna imagine that zoning looked at this and
Yes.
said, no, you gotta adhere to the,
Yeah.
But it's so
That-
minor. I mean, we're
I thought
Well-
only the letters were allowed to illuminate.
The letters and a mark, like a chili
Yeah,
pepper
or-
or.
But this is a mark.
just-
That was my
Yeah,
comment.
but the
that
purple's not the, we're not counting the purple as the mark. Because we don't want a glowing color behind anything. We want everything to just, I'm trying to think what other signs I could reference in the township that we have said,
I'm
no.
just trying to find it here in the book, but.
Because even though it's your color, it's the background behind the insomnia cookies, so. And frankly, I think during the day it'll show up well, and during the night, I don't think anyone's gonna notice the difference, except you would have more illumination, of course, because you'd have more light coming through with the purple, but that's not what we would like to
Our
see.
trademark colors are purple, so,
I know.
and being
It's
we're a
okay.
nighttime business, they want the nighttime customers to see the purple.
I understand.
Otherwise, it kind of defeats the purpose.
It doesn't, having the purple doesn't defeat, it's the word insomnia and cookies that
I
really.
would.
I understand what you're saying.
Respectfully disagree, because
I agree.
the entire thing, it's not like we're just writing insomnia cookies and calling it a day. our entire logo is the fact that you see a cookie moon, the purple, the black, the stars. It's the whole thing, and that's nationally
It's
recognized.
their corporate mark, and
I understand.
Brand
and
recognition.
I don't think,
That's why I pulled the trademark,
I
because I
just don't
figured.
want to see it that big. We've already granted through the zoning
Right.
board, which we encouraged you to go to, and we approved the design before you went to the zoning board. We've already encouraged you to get a much larger sign. You're now, are you at 42 inches in diameter?
That's correct.
Yeah, so.
Which is
that's-
actually still under, I brought this up to the last meeting, that our landlord was actually okay with us tearing down this sign and putting two separate monuments, which would allow us to have even
Right.
more signage
Yeah.
by putting it on two.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my argument was that that wasn't needed because the uniqueness of that intersection, the corner is sufficient. So we're nowhere near maximizing actual signage.
But for one sign, you
You
can
are
see
for
it.
one sign,
Yeah.
and you
For
apply
one
it.
sign, yes,
you
but we
still
could do
apply
two.
for one sign.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I guess what we're charged with is, making sure that, we just have a code that we try to go by, and
Sure.
aesthetically.
What does the code read, if you could?
You know what, I'm under the gun, I'm looking for it, I
It
can't
says
find
it
it.
I think it'd be helpful since we're soon
Yeah.
to be
I know, and
debating
it's
color
always so hard to
schematics.
find. Let's see.
I wondered if the other ones that you referenced were trademarked in a similar fashion as
We've
ours.
had people bring their trademark, from Chili's to Lululemon to, Banks to Rite Aid.
Okay.
And they have corporate colors, and, the blue of the Rite Aid goes with the white, and, at night, we've just said it has to go to, we only see the letters Rite Aid, not the blue background. And initially, they put it up it was up incorrectly, am I right, guys, on the monument sign? Didn't it?
On Rite Aid? Yeah, they had
and
to
then they had to
correct
come
ours.
back
Yeah.
and,
they took it down.
Yeah,
and
They
mask
didn't
that
hire-
and opaque it.
Martino.
No, you
have to
didn't
use
come
the
and
right
argue on
sign
their
company.
behalf, so, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Let me see, which section are you
There's
in?
enough ambient light at that intersection that you'll see the purple.
I'm sorry?
There's enough ambient light at that intersection that you'll see the purple. And the illuminated letters will light up the purple. But it's not like it'll look black.
What is that you would do, separate sections of the actual sign in the insides?
No, it's what we do is we light the entire inside of the sign, and then we put a piece of plexiglass.
On the back of it to
And then
reflect away the
the
glare?
light passes through the plexiglass, and we put a digital print on the face, which makes the whole thing light. Now, what we have to do is we have to add a block-out mask, so the purple does not light, and the black area in the sky won't light. So everything you'll have lighting are the rings.
Stars, the rings, the words. Well, it'll be interesting. I'm still curious what the code actually reads, so we all.
I know, I'm really.
Apparently, we all
it's in
don't
here,
know.
believe me.
Marquee, freestanding. Only we had like a word search we could do in this thing. We need a concordance thing.
If there's other questions while we're researching,
Go ahead.
welcome them.
Yeah.
If anyone has any.
This part's new, you're adding it to the sign, that
That's
there's
correct.
something on the face.
Yes,
And that'll just match what's there.
That'll match what's
correct.
there.
A matched, and it will be
Same color.
attached, which that question came up in the last meeting, whether it was a separate sign or attached, but the construction notes actually say that it will be attached. But
While we're researching the code, you can give us an infomercial about insomnia cookies. Let's,
I mean, where.
fresh baked, serve warm cookies till 3 in the morning, delivered as well.
It's not that. It's not-
really?
Yeah, we deliver, yes. Yep. We start delivery at noon every day.
Yeah.
What's the minimum delivery?
$6.
Wow.
Yeah, $6,
When you're
so.
under the gun, you can-
Couple cookies, thing of milk, we'll
What's
be all
the
set.
variety of cookies, like sugar cookies?
We have
chocolate chips, oat
9
berry?
traditional size cookies and 3 jumbo deluxe. Most popular is chocolate chunk. You might know it as chocolate chip, but we mixed it up and did chunks of chocolate. So that's the most popular. Let's have a s'mores cookie if you're interested in, you don't have to get the grill out, the barbecue. You can have a s'mores cookie instead.
Yep, they're saying that based upon.
How long is your training program when people,
This is their-
It's 1 week at this facility and then 1 week in the field with a training specialist. And then it never stops after that. It's ongoing. Everyone continues training.
I just want to make sure that when I.
what's the size of your retail stores usually?
Average across the country is about 600 square feet.
600.
This particular store is about 1,000 square feet because it serves other purposes.
Sure.
But they range anywhere from 300 in New York City to 2,000 in South Carolina.
They're like.
I think we made them black in the background.
And most of your stores actually have the ovens and you produce the cookies there?
Yes, absolutely. Every store has an oven. Yep.
Typically college towns?
Yep, of our 68, about 60 of them are college towns, and then another 8 or so are, dense urban situations like Center City, Philadelphia, New York City, that kind of thing. Chicago, Boston, Miami Beach.
How many new stores do you have projected for this year?
By the end of this calendar year, we'll be at 85. We're growing pretty aggressively,
Well, so,
which is one of the reasons we've grown in the township from me to 75 people in 3 years.
do you take managers from one store and like cross-train them so they can take over another store?
Within the same geography, yes, we did relocate one person.
We do have a,
You got the code?
we have a code.
How does it read?
It reads, are you gonna read it?
No, go ahead.
Signs using internal illumination shall be designed so that when illuminated at night, only the letters and logos of the sign are visible. No light shall emanate through the background, the borders, sides, or any other surface of the sign or its supporting structure. Individual solid letters with internal lighting tubes which backlight, that's not, it's irrelevant. A wall and halo effect shall be permitted. So
Halo effect is permitted?
halo effect on the wall, on a wall. Like if you drive through Wayne, you'll see there's a restaurant called Cilantro. They have.
What about halo effect on the sign?
No, only on a wall. Backlit a wall.
Can we
Tubes
do-
which backlight a wall.
Can we do routed push-through face?
Oh, you mean like have insomnia cookies?
Would actually
I don't think that's
punch
listed.
through?
Individual solid letters with internal lighting tubes which backlight a wall in a halo effect shall be permitted.
So
You don't have a wall.
No.
But I mean, that was a good effort.
we can't do routed push-through?
No. I mean, I guess you can do it, but you can't backlight it. You can't have a halo effect there.
So you're
Because it
saying,
says, if the letters are mounted on a wall, then you can have that backlight halo effect.
Well, that's reverse lit channel letters. This would be routed push-through, in which we would get a piece of aluminum, we would route out, I guess, the ring and insomnia and the cookie, and actually have a little bit of, about that much plexiglass pushed through. I mean, it's gonna cast a little bit of light, not a lot. It's not halo lighting, so it's not reverse lighting.
So are you gonna black out? Are you gonna
It's
opaque
clear.
out the
We will
purple?
opaque out the purple.
So what's gonna show through?
Signs using.
Insomnia cookies, the rings,
Limited
and the
night,
cookie.
only the letters.
Why would you do that since you
We're
can
not concerned
already
about the
just have
sign during the
insomnia
day.
cookies come through in the white?
That's
I
not.
mean, that's-
What would be the advantage?
You're still gonna have the
They've
white light.
already agreed.
I think it might just give a little bit of a lighting effect, give a little bit of purple shine.
So now we're down to.
Just air, not like a illuminated purple effect, but it just,
Yeah.
The only
you
thing
know,
left is.
just a little bit of light, just enough to get the purple effect.
You know what, I know, I understand what you're asking, and I just am hesitant to say, yeah, run with it, because I know it's always easier to say, I'm sorry, we thought it would look like a
Well-
halo. We didn't realize the whole purple would end up illuminated once we did
It
these
won't.
push-through letters.
It won't.
I-
I mean, the purple will be blacked out, it'll be black, it'll be aluminum, so no light could possibly pass through the purple.
Mhm.
However, it may just, do a little purple tinge in the darkness instead of being completely blacked out.
The big thing here, and the reason we're obsessing over this so much, is that this is our grand store. This is the store. It's the first impression for a new manager and everyone that trains. And so we're just really passionate about it.
I like that.
So, I just figured I'd mention that because this is supposed to be the showstopper for everyone in the entire country.
but
I- go
but did you bring it up at the zoning hearing board? And if you did, evidently you got rejected. 'Cause it's
I
clear
don't,
where it
I
says-
They only
honestly.
gave you a variance for size.
Yeah,
So would I have sought a variance for lighting
yeah,
modification?
yeah. Did you bring that up?
I did not have a specific conversation about lighting modification.
Okay.
I mentioned that.
But knowing you were going to have an issue, why didn't you guys bring it up then?
I mentioned that the lighting that we saw the first time, I was not present, and I would have said something at the first meeting, and we probably would have had this conversation then.
Yeah.
I did say that when we go back, we would be discussing the entire logo being, and there was not a discussion. I don't recall them asking me any questions about that.
What do you guys feel, Tony and Brian?
Well, we're not talking about the size anymore.
Right, size is done.
We're not talking about daytime. We're talking about nighttime illumination and what we're going to see. We're not going to see anything around the edges. It's two-faced,
Correct.
Correct.
Two-faced
Signs are not
sign.
illuminated.
and they are entitled, businesses are entitled to have their logo, if it is a corporate logo.
That's true, but when you drive through towns, and Radnor wants to be one of those towns, and a standard franchise like McDonald's, I just came from Sedona. McDonald's, you would never recognize it as McDonald's. It's like this sand-colored M on a sand-colored building. You have to know what that M is. And that's what happens when you go, well, Cooperstown doesn't have any, I don't think, franchises in it, so they're not, but towns like that are trying to establish a certain aesthetic. And I think your logo's great. I like the way it looks, and I understand what you want to do. But then the next person is going to come, and they're going to have a variation on what they'd like to see too. And then we're kind of stuck as we just devolve into the next, idea that comes from someone. I understand what you're saying. If I'm not opposed to the the aluminum
Push through?
push-through.
Could we do that?
Yeah, I just wonder if you're going to have that glow, a little bit of a glow around your letters, is that how it's going to work, or are they going to be
Just a little
crisp?
bit.
Because I just think you're going to, more than wanting that little bit of glow of purple, want to have insomnia cookies jump out.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about both. The letters would be
The letters will
backlit
illuminate.
and there would be a glow from the sides. It's these illuminated letters push out a little bit, so
Okay.
it glows to the sides a little bit. So he's going to get a
Okay,
little bit
okay,
of spray.
I got it. Okay, so the letters are really illuminating the purple around them a little, and you're hoping that
It's
even
a
with
side
the opaque
effect that the
background,
purple may have
even
some
with the
light
opaque
Kind of a
purple might-
detail, we could almost,
Yeah, I can
You're
go
still
with
getting
that.
your blocked out purple,
I would test it first if I were you, because that could be more expensive for something that doesn't
but it's a more
actually,
expensive sign. And,
yeah.
well, we don't want to make it, and if you say.
I'm glad he
well,
talked to
we
me
don't
about
like
it in advance.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to do that, that's definitely true, but, no, I mean, you should test it to make sure, if you haven't done that before, that it actually will pick up the purple.
It will pick up a little bit, but not,
Dave,
Okay.
Dave, talking to the mic, please.
Oh,
it will pick up a little bit of the purple, but it will not be completely illuminated. Like, it follows your rules of having
okay.
the
I'm okay
purple
with
blocked
that.
out.
Yeah.
Are you?
Perhaps what we do is that we say that or your original decision. That way,
Yeah.
if we find that there's a problem, we don't have to come back here.
Right.
Yes.
Because we're going backwards, sort of.
Yeah, you need to move forward. So you can we're saying you may either go with the original, what we said, opaque everything except for the stars, the cookie, the rings, and the words insomnia cookies. Or you try this, mounting the letters, push through, and see if it will create a little bit of a halo with the purple around
A
them.
little bit.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, you have once we make a motion.
how do you push it through again?
So, I'm sorry?
How do you push that through again? How do you?
What we do
stencil?
is we get the piece of plastic, and you get about an inch thick piece of plastic. So what we route is, we would route the purple area, and then we set a piece of aluminum inside of that. So a little bit of the letter actually is raised above the aluminum, and that piece will light up
And the light will come out through the side of the plexi?
just a little
Yeah.
bit.
It'll bleed through.
I would think it would, I just think with that, I don't know, you're obviously a sign maker.
It's a higher end sign,
Yeah.
it's a more classier sign. It
Can you go
follows
with
the
that?
rules.
Yeah.
Can you live with this?
Can I live with it?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I think.
But
it'll
you're
be
the
great.
sign maker. I wanna know if
Charge
the-
too much more. for it.
can corporate live with it?
Yes, I can live with it.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we saying that we're permitting the two white rings to be illuminated as well?
That's correct.
That's okay.
Aluminum,
Yeah.
yeah, white. Yeah.
And the cookie is illuminated?
Mm-hmm.
And the stars are illuminated,
Yeah.
And the word insomnia cookies, and the cookie itself,
but not the chips.
with chips.
Chips are going to be.
They're black. They're blacked out, yes.
Come on, Brian, you know what a chocolate chip.
By the way, they're chunks, not
Oh,
chips.
the chocolate
Just to
chips.
clarify.
They're
The chunks.
Well, what kind of cookies do you have?
We have 12 varieties, 9 traditional size cookies, and then 3 jumbo deluxe. Chocolate chunk, peanut butter, sugar, snickerdoodle, double chocolate, M&M, s'mores, Reese's, triple chocolate, and I think I skipped one.
Yeah, this would have been a lot easier for you if you brought some cookies.
No, I think our viewing
I think
public has to be
that's-
pretty impressed that no cookies were brought at this time.
I've offered that, but I don't believe that is.
No, I think that was not wise.
Right.
I think there's an ethics concern.
Never mind ethics, I
I
just can't be
certainly
eating all these
would offer
cookies. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, the only thing you would raise would be insomnia cookies, or would you raise the rings also?
The
or
rings
not?
and the cookie.
Oh, wait, the rings are getting raised
Okay,
too?
so-
Now it's getting a little busy.
Well, we would, actually, we wouldn't raise the cookie. We'd raise the rings and insomnia cookies. Just the white parts would be raised up.
Because you get a little glow from the ring,
Yeah, it's
too.
only getting be like
Okay.
maybe like 5/8 of an inch.
I think that's okay.
Things that are white.
Okay, so we'll get a little dimension out of it,
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
which
I'm
might be
good.
pretty good.
I think that's okay.
Okay.
If you'll
Give her a
go
call
with
for
that.
It's
All
one
right.
motion quickly before we lose
Okay.
it.
And
Cindy, good
next to
job.
the cookie in the circle is going to be black, correct? The circle itself, where the cookie is, that's going to be black.
That's black.
Sorry, what?
The circle where the
The
cookie
interior
sits is
circle.
black.
Like,
Yes.
I guess you'll get a little
Yes.
spill over then.
Yes.
It will read black at night.
Yes,
It will read black at night.
Yes.
And during the day, because it is black.
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. All right, good.
Okay.
Okay, so you're good with.
Maybe I'd encourage a motion then.
I would call for a motion.
Okay, and Dave, whatever you manufacture, just bring in a new set of plans for the township files.
Okay,
So if you go the dimensional route,
okay.
make sure Peggy gets new plans, or if we, I guess if we stick with what we were talking about, like this,
Right.
Peggy, would this be enough for you, or would you need better plans? Just to show that it would all be black? Or you wanna
If they're
see-
going to stick with what we do.
We're going to
what
give
we-
them the option of either looking like this or going with dimension.
Right, that's fine, I think, for, if they stick with it, and then give us a copy of what the dimension, what it would look like if they
With
go with the
dimension.
raised letters.
Okay, you got it, thanks. All right,
Awesome.
okay. Everybody's
Are
in
we ready?
agreement? You guys all right? Brian, you all right?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Any other comments or questions for us? You guys all right?
Looking
Good
forward to
both
putting a
ways,
sign up.
right?
Good. And I saw a nice article, I guess, in the local paper about your business, too.
Yes,
That was a good
Mainline
plug.
Times.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Good.
I wish they had talked about our growth in the township, but they didn't. They just talked about the store.
Can't get it
It's
all.
an amazing story.
Yeah.
There's a Wayne magazine. You could ask them to do a story on you.
Okay.
Well, you're
I
getting a
think
lot
there are a
of,
lot of people who don't know,
Yep.
you know.
and you're certainly getting a lot of free
We're all
press
company-owned
tonight.
stores too. There's no franchisees.
Interesting, yeah.
And most people think we really are involved in the local community, and so most people think it's the only one in the entire country. It's very, when they say, oh, I went to that cookie shop, I say, where? And they say, there's more than one, and I tell them there's 68, and they are like baffled.
Yeah, the first one I saw was in Manayunk. It was packed.
That store opened 14 months ago.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah.
Good. All
You
right,
know we still don't have a motion before they leave. So you want a motion?
it's on you.
Well, let me give it a shot.
Okay.
Okay. In the manner of DRB 2015-13, Insomnia Cookies at 1084 Lancaster Avenue, Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, I move that we accept the sign as presented, including with the variance that was afforded by the zoning board for them to increase the size. And we are giving you two different forms of approval. One, the way we originally saw it, which is the way it appears on the application with the background opaqued out and only the letters and this cookie and the stars and the rings showing through in white. And the other option, which is up to your discretion, is to have some dimension so that, what I say, you have push-through aluminum letters.
Routed push-through?
Routed push-through aluminum letters, and the rings, the purple and the black are still opaqued out, and perhaps there will be a halo effect that's achieved through those, the routed letters and rings. Is that
Correct.
stated clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I think that's important what you said, too, that it will be blacked out,
Yes.
and you're only going to get a halo effect.
Yes.
Not that, you
Yes,
know.
understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All
Okay,
right.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All
Wonderful.
right, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Great,
Okay,
good.
and don't forget the plans for Peggy, too. All right?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Any other business tonight? Or is that it? Okay, guys, we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.